Great solution to adding bikes to a trailer instead of mounting behind the trailer or loading into the truck. My suggestion is use the cradle mounts to hold the bikes but forgo the sway stop pins. They get in the way, and if not perfectly mounted, they can pin the bike spokes. Instead, I used a bungee to secure the two bikes together. Between the hanging hooks secured with the included rubber straps and the bungee, I'm confident my bikes are secure. The rack is high and a helping hand to mount the bike between the trailer and the rack is helpful. Nonetheless, I feel this was a great investment and solution. Having peace of mind and being able to see the bikes while towing is great. Mounting them by the tongue is also the best place for them because it's the most stable area while towing. This was installed on a 2005 Starcraft RT pop-up camper. The ease of putting this on was great. 3 bolts off, pull the crank, put the base on, bolt back down. Very important. Your manual crank must be on the front of your post. It will not be usable if it's on the side. I have not used it down the road, but did put my bikes on it and it was super stable. This was exactly what I was looking and hoping for. We really like this bike rack. The rack is relatively easy to install. It is sandwiched between your tongue jack and your trailer's frame. We waited until we were attached to the truck to install the bike rack. It will remain on the trailer whether we are using it or not. As stated by several reviewers, getting the bikes up can be a bit difficult. My family wasn't blessed in the height department, so reaching up and maneuvering was a bit tricky. Once we did it a few times, it became easier. We kinda knew how to move it around the rack after a few uses. The trailer and rack have plenty of clearance between one another. The bikes don't move much at all going down the road. I like that we can see them as we travel. Just in case a bike has any issue, we will see it. We bought this item after a lot of research and recommendations from countless folks in various travel and teardrop groups. The height was a little much for our off-road THG, but we inverted the arm, making the bikes much easier to access and added a bit of stability, lowering the center of gravity. This bike rack was purchased for the purpose of installing it the way it is intended. That would be the bikes leaning in towards the RV. But when I installed it, there was not enough room between the RV and the rack to put a bike. Apparently my tongue is shorter than most. So I turned the top part of the rack around and faced it towards my truck. I was lucky that it was still high enough to miss my truck bed when turning. So all in all, I like it and it serves its purpose well. After reading horror stories about rear bumper-mounted bike racks on travel trailers, I looked at 2 options for tongue-mounted options. I liked the looks of this one, and it seemed to be flexible to adapt to whichever bikes I planned on bringing. Install was easy. You will need top remove the jack, and there are plenty of options for moving the hooks and anchors around. When home, I remove the upper section and store inside. Click link in description for more reviews and best price.